Hi, welcome to Journalism 1, Introduction to News Writing. This is an introductory course at Santa Monica College. I'm your instructor, Saul Rubin. This course is a great introduction to nonfiction storytelling. Hopefully, for some of you, this might get you started thinking about a career in journalism, but I think the skills that you can pick up in this class can be applied to really just being a student in general, and also to a multitude of careers. It's all about telling good stories, whether you're thinking about being a songwriter or being a lawyer and trying to write a good brief. I think some of the basic skills that journalists have and have developed, I think, can be applied to a lot of different careers and can be just very helpful for you as you're a student. The basic skills that we're going to go through and you're going to learn in this class, we'll start out talking about what is news, what makes something a news story, how to generate your own story ideas, how to do effective research, how to do on-site reporting, how to interview people, how to find the right people to interview. And the main goal I have for you in this class is to be able to write your own nonfiction story by the end of the semester, so your own original feature story. This class involves writing and writing out a story, but the skills that you're going to learn here can be applied to any kind of way in which you want to become a journalist, whether it has to do with online news, if you want to be a photographer, if you want to work mostly in broadcast, if you want to be a documentary filmmaker, certainly if you want to go on and write, either write for newspapers, write for websites, or write for magazines. Don't be scared away by the news you've been hearing about newspapers closing. Journalism is still a very vital field. There's always a strong demand for people who can tell good nonfiction stories. Obviously, a lot of the jobs are now moving to online news sites. So it's actually, I think, a very exciting time for young journalists starting out because there's a lot of opportunity out there. Just newspapers are closing, but there's still a lot of media companies still out there, and there's still really good demand for people starting out in journalism. Let me just tell you a little bit about the online format of the class, because I want to make sure you understand that even though you're taking the course online, you still have the same expectations if you would be taking the class at the college. So you still need to log in regularly to the class, you still need to complete all the assignments. So it's obviously a convenience for you to take the class in the online format because you don't have to struggle with parking, you don't have to be at a classroom at a specific time, but you still need to complete all the assignments. So I just want to make sure everybody understands that. The online format is very convenient. It's convenient for me as well. But we still need to realize that you still need to complete all of the assignments or you can fail the class. And there are not going to be a lot of assignments, so you need to log in regularly and keep up with what's going on in the course. A few years ago, I was a student, much like you, in an introductory news writing class, and I got very excited about journalism and taking that class, and something just got turned on in me, and I knew that this is what I wanted to do, and I pursued it by taking other classes, getting internships, and getting some jobs, and I got out of college with a 4-year degree. And I worked in print, started out as a sports writer. I worked in news, breaking news writer. I was a feature writer, I had my own column. Eventually I went on to work as a freelance writer, working for some magazines. Then I worked in television a little bit, in television news, local television news in San Francisco. I also worked at a sports magazine show at Fox Sports in Los Angeles, and I've written some travel books as well. So it was a great career for me for a number of reasons. Most importantly, I didn't like being tied to a desk, so journalism jobs allows you to kind of get out, meet people, visit places. It's never the same every day. You're always taking on new stories, meeting new interesting people. Newsrooms are a very fun and stimulating environment to work in, and you can be creative in the job, and also you can have an impact. So I hope some of you get excited about journalism and want to continue on with that. I can certainly help you with that, and I hope you find this course helpful, even for those of you who don't go on in journalism.